Welcome back, my Arana Knights. So it seems that Kirby is on the spotlight again for Nintendo, especially since they are releasing Kirby in the Forgotten Lands tomorrow, its first full 3D platformer of the franchise, not counting Kirby 64. It also happens to be Kirby's 30th anniversary this year. So today let's go ahead and have a look at the last 2D platformer for the franchise, Kirby Star Allies. My experience with Kirby games has rather been a small one. It really just consists of the Super Nintendo along with some other spin-offs that has gone along the way. But my understanding is that the core for the main titles have stayed about the same. I grabbed Star Allies out of Forgotten Lands anticipation, and to give the main core games for Kirby a proper chance, and another is to compare the two games and play styles. I remember my enjoyment of the Super Nintendo title. Do I get the same amount of enjoyment now? We'll dive into the Dreamlands and we will find out. Star Allies is played in a 2D perspective with a 3D art style. It starts off with showing the enemies of the game coming from their headquarters of the Jambandra space station. The station contains a dark crystal heart, and it blows up during a wrong recital of a prayer. It corrupted many characters. However, for Kirby's case, he was given the ability to make almost every enemy his friend throughout the game, also known as the answer to world peace. Kirby for President. This feature is crucial to gameplay, for up to 3 companions are able to join Kirby while scrolling to the right or left of each level to move forward. The style is played in the typical 2D side-scrolling Kirby tile. The pink marshmallow himself still has the glorious and notorious ability to copy its enemies and allies by sucking them into his belly, which allows him to range talents from shooting fire or ice, wielding a mighty sword, be a ninja, or even a chef, plus so much more. Throughout levels, many of the enemies possess abilities that are deemed helpful to progress through, but mostly in bonus rooms to help grab bonus puzzle pieces for pictures to add to the gallery, or open up doors to extra levels in the world map. Many companions with the elemental attributes can as well enhance combat abilities to other AI or Kirby himself, adding the fun and addiction with Star Allies. While the combat isn't very complicated, you are expected to be healed through means of beating levels or eating fruit. You can then walk up to your opponents to heal them after eating fruit by... kissing? Kirby, what are you doing, you... You then have the beauty of the game, which is the graphics. They are amazing in what is expected for Nintendo Switch standards, and the textural details shown in the stages tells the time put in onto the game outside of gameplay. It makes it even better considering the lack of frame rate drops. While the game still runs at 30 frame rates per second, there is no drops by any means, so it runs very smoothly and isn't much of a bother. As fun and beautiful as Kirby Star Allies may seem, it's not the most perfect game and it does have its misses. First off, the game story itself is rather short. You can take about 4 to 5 hours to complete the story by playing the main missions non-stop. However, there are some memes that HAL Laboratory was able to take liberty of to make up for the short story. You can try to access and open up doors for extra stages in the map to double up the time. And you have a few mini games that are playable against with friends or AI. Once you complete the main story, you unlock 3 more modes that are essentially challenges and others using the same maps or one specifically made for that mode. It can make up for those who likes a variety scene, which I will give Nintendo and HAL Laboratory credit for doing, as many games today are not given the opportunity for side modes that add replay value. Another topic that has some commotion with Kirby Star Allies, and some of its games overall, is that it is too easy. They are not wrong at all for saying that there's very little challenge to offer in the game, at least not for 30th anniversary celebratory audiences. I guess for me, I wish they would at least offer difficulty options, especially since Kirby has been around for 30 years. There's no doubt that the older audiences are ambitious on taking some challenges, especially as some of Nintendo's more recent titles having a great sense of challenging, like New Super Mario Bros., Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, and most recently Metroid Dread. Some may argue that Kirby isn't made for ambitious players, but made to be pretty and just for fun without frustrations. And while I do find that to be a valid point and a amazing entry-level game for younger audiences for this case, I do think some consideration for the audiences that has grew up on Kirby since the NES and the Super Nintendo days should be given some thought at least. Despite the oversimplicity in gameplay and short length, I will not say to skip this title, as Kirby Star Allies is still a lot of fun to play and a good introduction for those who want to be more familiar with the Kirby world. As I consider myself to be somewhat new to the universe, I'm willing to give more of its games a chance and definitely prepare for Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, as I really do adore 3D platformers and I would love to see more of them for Kirby if it happens to work out. Kirby Star Allies is a total star of the franchise and deserves the praise it gets. I do hope you enjoy this quick episode of EXP Reviews. If you want to see more, please subscribe and click the notification bell and to be caught up with other videos and for any announcements. Don't forget to check out my Discord server for the Ronin Nights, and you'll be able to see any news that are coming up. Until then, I will be signing out for now, and we will be back for more.